Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's wig day again, and you know what that means? Yes, it means I didn't feel like fixing my hair. But it's colorful wig day, which also means we have something fun to play with. So I have another Hot Topic palette, surprise, surprise. But this one is from Manic Panic. So you may or may not have heard of Manic Panic, it just depends on how into colorful hair you are, but Manic Panic has been around for what seems like forever. And they are a cruelty-free brand that makes basically temporary hair dye. I mean, you can dye your hair any color in the rainbow with this stuff. I usually use Vampire Red, especially when I'm in my red zone. I'll usually use that kind of mixed with conditioner to kind of keep my red nice and bright. And it's actually what I used recently, but my hair is so dark, you can't really tell. So that is the kind of thing with Manic Panic. If you have brown hair, it's just gonna kind of tint your hair. If you have blonde hair or if you bleach your hair, you can have green, yellow, purple, blue, whatever you want. So there's an eyeshadow palette now. This is actually from Manic Panic. They sell it at Hot Topic, so I'm sure they probably sell it at some other places too. But I'm gonna throw this in my Hot Topic collection because, you know, that's where I found it. But it's really cute. It's the Amplified palette. You open it up and the brush falls out. You open it up and here are the colors. So they kind of have basically something for every shade in the rainbow, and they are all named after the colors of their hair dyes. The brush, it at least has a nice little flat side on one side, but it's like the obnoxious little spongy thing on the other side, and it's really, really thin, so definitely the worst of them so far. But I'm really excited for the colors in the palette, and I think just kind of for today, I feel like maybe going in like the pinky purple direction. That's just what I'm feeling, and I think it would look nice with my pretty hair. So let's see, on the mirror it says, "Life's too short to be normal." So true. So this is 12 eyeshadows, just like all the other ones you get from Hot Topic. Gives you the ingredients on the back. It just says distributed by Hot Topic. So I do wonder if it's exclusive to Hot Topic. Who knows? This actually retailed for $11.90. This is probably the cheapest one as far as retail cost that I've purchased from Hot Topic. Usually they're $14 and then you get them on sale for $11. So this is $11 right off the bat, which is pretty awesome because, again, if you go online, everything's always 20% off at some point in time and you can get it even cheaper. And again, it's cruelty-free and vegan, which is no surprise because their hair dyes are, so I wouldn't expect anything less. So let's just go ahead and roll into some quick swatches and then I'll do an eye look. All right, I'm gonna try to just go live with this. So first shade in the palette is Virgin Snow, which is just a lovely white. Second shade is Vampire Red, my favorite. No, I'm not flicking you off. These are really sheer so far. That's 3 layers. Third shade, Cotton Candy, a pretty pink shade. It's very shimmery and sheer. Seeing a pattern here. Fourth shade is called Hot Hot Pink. Give it another little dip. That one definitely has more little punch to it. Next up we have Pillar Box Red. This is another favorite of mine when you're looking for red hair dye, but this color's really pretty too. Then we have Purple Haze. It's very dark. There we go. And then Ultraviolet. Okay. Atomic Turquoise. This one's definitely really sheer, but look, it builds nicely. Let me wipe my hand off again. Okay, Enchanted Forest. I have a feeling I'm gonna get into my elbow at some point. That one's pretty. Electric Banana. Okay. Raven. Oh wow, that's probably the best shadow in the whole palette. Jeez. And yes, I'm in my elbow. This last shade is called Dreamsicle. Oh, and that is gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell, it's just got like a nice little shift to it. Definitely not the best swatching in the world, but who cares? So here starts the first shade here all the way to here. Of course, the lightest shades are on the end. So let's just get into it. All right, so this is what I ended up with. So let me show you what I did. So I started off with a fluffy brush into Virgin Snow and just kind of used this just to kind of set down a base in the crease area and kind of all over. Why not? And then I tried to kind of use, again, like I usually do, as many colors as possible, but I stayed more towards the pink and purple tones this time. So first into Vampire Red. This one, just as I suspected, is incredibly sheer. So with a fluffy brush, it's really not much of anything. It's almost like a pink transition. I think the only way to really use this color well would be kind of with your finger or a flat wet brush and just pack it on. It's definitely not a transition shade, unless you want a pink transition shade, but you know, you don't really think of Vampire Red as pink. Anywho, next up I went into this shade, Hot Hot Pink, which is gorgeous. This one is nicely pigmented and it kind of shows you really didn't need that first shade, but I'm just showing you. And I kind of just fluffed this all through the crease and started bringing it down into the outer V. And there we go. Simple and easy. Then I went into Ultraviolet, and I'm just staying with the same fluffy brush because I'm going to cut the crease out in a little bit. So I'm just kind of blending some colors together. So I just kind of made it a bit more of a pinky purple tone. Work on the outer V. Pretty simple. All right, so then I decided to go into a more tapered brush and go into Purple Haze. And first I started kind of focusing this on the outer V area, just to kind of deepen this up, add a nice little V shape and blend it. This color, I'm going to warn you, is not the best. It is a little patchy if you're not careful, so you just have to really blend it. It wasn't as smooth and easy to blend as the others. So I am blending this through the crease on the outer V. And then what I'm gonna go do is go back into Purple Haze, run it over the top, and then back into Hot Pink and run it over the top. So just kind of blending everything together. It basically added a little bit of that depth, but like I said, this is just kind of a nice pinky purple look. So, all right. I did want to use the really gorgeous black shade Raven. It's like a shimmery black. So what I did was I kind of used this brush. It's a Morphe M139. So it's like a really tapered brush, but it's kind of stiff. So it's perfect for like if you really want to deposit color into a specific area. So I basically am just kind of like coloring in the crease, drawing a nice deep line, going back and forth and blending that out. I'm also going to bring this color down into the outer V and really blend this. So the purples do have a lot of kick up and it's not always easy to get rid of. So what I did was I kind of took my flat fluffy brush and went into the white shade and kind of just used this to soften the edges of it where they get a little out of hand, brighten up this little inner corner area, get a little bit up here on the brow bone because it went a little crazy. All right, and of course I'm gonna go back in with my Hot Hot Pink and just blend over the top of that Raven shade. All right, that is that. Now to cut the crease. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape and my concealer brush, and I am just going to cut out from here in. All right, I am going to now fill this in with a combination of two colors. I used Cotton Candy and this gorgeous Dreamsicle, and what I did was I got a good bit of product on the brush. It's very like powdery and chalky. So I got product on the brush and then sprayed it with a little bit of setting spray. Okay. Now for the best part, this really is the best shade in the palette. If you ask me, this shade right here, Dreamsicle, it is just absolutely gorgeous. It looks so boring when you see it in the pan, but the second you swatch it, it's got that gorgeous iridescence. Oh, it's just so pretty. And I am going to basically overlap the Cotton Candy shade to blend them together. And I'm gonna put it on the inner corner. All right, and then I'm taking that brush I was using earlier to blend. I didn't add anything extra, but I am just gonna kind of use the brush with whatever's left on it to blend just kind of that pink shade. And then for the lower lash line, flat angled brush into the shade Raven. Just gonna line the lash line. I am gonna get a little bit on my brush and then spritz it just for a little extra staying power. It's just a gorgeous shade and probably one of the better formulas in the entire palette, so. All right, next I'm taking kind of a flat, semi-soft, I don't know, it's not a flat brush, it's not a fluffy brush, but I'm just gonna kind of use this underneath the lash line, so you could use a pencil brush if you wanted to. I'm going into ultraviolet. And I'm just kind of smudging this directly underneath to finish it off. I'm taking what is actually a flat, fluffy brush and going into the shade Hot Hot Pink and going right underneath the other two colors, just to kind of tie in the top. You don't want to be too heavy-handed with this, and you don't want to go too far down, because then you would just look really sick with pink all under your eye. So that's that. I'm going to just add winged liner and some mascara, maybe lashes, and I'll be right back. All right guys, so this is the finished look I did using the Manic Panic Amplified palette. I will say there definitely were some hits and misses. My favorite colors are definitely Hot Hot Pink and Dreamsicle. Amazing colors. Oh, and Raven. Incredible pigment. My least favorite colors are definitely Vampire Red and Purple Haze. Vampire Red, as you saw, was just incredibly just nothing. I mean, maybe if I had, I don't know, even when I swatched it, it was nothing. Kind of a pointless shade and very disappointing, since I know that the Vampire Red hair dye is like very in your face red, so that's a little disappointing. And just the Purple Haze was very patchy and kind of hard to work with, but the other shades were really nice. I didn't get a chance to use the blues and greens and golds, but the rest of them I really liked. That Hot Hot Pink is incredible, and that Dreamsicle is so pretty. In case you're curious what's on my lips, I'm wearing Jeffree Star Doll Parts, and I topped it with the Urban Decay Vice Special Effects in Fever. I figured it would be fun to complement this look. Alright guys, so that is all for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this little review and tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and thank you for watching. Bye guys.